So loud. Hello, and welcome to the Pickup WNBA podcast. I'm your host, Cathryn Freddie.
And I'm your other host, Freddie Live Revis. What's up?
This is episode 143, and we are live, baby. We are live on YouTube and Instagram. Join us, say hi. We got the Liberty and the Mercury facing off in game 2 as we record. Really fun stuff here. Freddie, where can everyone find us if they haven't already?
Well, hopefully we get some of our people checking us out on YouTube and Instagram. So you'll already know where that is. But for anyone listening to this later, it's at the Pickup WNBA podcast on Instagram and YouTube. And big shout out to anyone who has filled out our survey for ACAST and this the Sonar Network. So appreciate you and all the feedback. And one of the things that we've been hearing from our listeners and we've been wanting to do is to go live. So we're live here in the playoffs. We're gonna be watching.
We're attempting this, everyone who's listened to the show for a long time knows how not tech savvy we are. So I feel like this is true growth, I would say, for us.
This is big for us. And all I can think, this is a really old reference, but there's this amazing Bill O'Reilly YouTube video where he snaps and he goes, "Fuck it, we're doing it live." And it's such an amazingly weird viral moment. And
like 2000s viral.
Very much 2000s.
That's so funny.
If you see me looking up, by the way, it's like I got my laptop here of the actual
game.
Same.
I've got a TV to the side here. We've got other tabs with stats and things like that. So if you see our eyes darting around, that's essentially what's happening right now.
Yeah.
Some fun news in our personal lives is that we got Tempo season tickets. Didn't discuss announcing that, but I feel like, we can announce that. Can't we?
We can certainly announce that. And me and Cathryn were just talking about it. My wife was like, "Oh, am I included in the group?" And then I was like, "Let me check the messages." And I went back through the thread and realized it was like not quite the case. So I was like, I need to include my wife, and also Cathryn still has to be in the mix. So I really want to shout out Andrew Pulsifer, who is the organizer of these Tempo purchases for us. So he's doing the follow through. I don't think have we got our seats yet? Did we actually choose?
Yeah, I think we have our seats. We have 4 tickets in a row together. There's a group of 8 of us, I think, that we're splitting. So we'll get to go to most of the games next year in Toronto, which is so exciting. I feel like my inner child needed this, I've been wanting a WNBA team since the beginning, when I used to be able to watch games on NBC because I'm an old bitty baby. An old
bitty baby. I love that.
Yeah, thank you. Commercial break right now during the Mercury Liberty game. We might as well start with this series, Freddie, because we're here. Riveting game 1, went to overtime. Liberty take it. And my kind of big takeaway from this game is that the Mercury absolutely should have won this game. It came down to just really poor shooting on their end, some really bad missed free throws down the stretch, and it just felt like they couldn't shoot the ball. And it's a shame because their defense was absolutely stellar. I don't know if we'll ever find this out, but I would go so far as to predict other teams are going to study the Mercury's defense on the Liberty if the Liberty make it past this round, because it was so good. how much they were able to stop this team, but they couldn't stop them enough because they couldn't make baskets on the other end. And I think that's really why they ended up losing that game. And we predicted the Mercury to take this series. Right
We
now,
both did. I was thinking that, yeah.
it's middle of the second quarter. It's 34-27 Phoenix right now. And those are things that they can absolutely clean up, and I imagine they will. And because this isn't only a 3-game series, who knows? Maybe every game's going to be won on the road.
It could be. I mean, like, I think the road theme in general is something I want to talk about today because it's been such a massive positive. Like, I think there's a lot of uproar with Clark, and Indiana Fever not getting a game last year.
Last year, yeah.
And I mean, well, yeah, again, there's so many things to talk about, but like, shout out to them because they got their game and
Oh,
they crushed. And I'm
look,
really, yeah, but I mean, just to stick with the game we're watching right now, they showed a Satu stat where she shot 12% in game one.
this is what
So
I'm talking about.
I also feel like this is kind of like a player type thought, but every time I watch Alyssa Thomas, like, I know that just like coin in the bucket for an NBA comp, but when I watch her and I think about like players like Draymond Green and Rajon Rondo, or Ben Simmons at times, even where they're so uninterested in trying to get a bucket that it kind of like contorts the defense in a weird way, and like the Liberty, I feel like we're really able to clamp down on
Mm.
other members of the Mercury. Even though Thomas is so effective, it just she has the ball and she's like not looking at the basket sometimes. Um, but I mean, yeah, she's obviously an MVP caliber player. Like, she's not the reason that they lost, and they lost in overtime. So
Yeah, I mean it's a cumulatively, right? Like I think, I'm sure in this game, I mean they're leading right now. They'll have a better shooting percentage. It would be hard to repeat such a poor shooting game twice in a row. So I mean I'm really looking at the Mercury to take this one, but we'll see. It's still tight. I mean, this series, we were saying it last week that this is the toughest out of the first round, that it's almost a shame that this is a first round series. It deserves to be a second round series. But regardless of that, I'm excited to see these two teams face off. And yeah, I'm picking the Mercury to take this game too. But while they're playing this game right now, 34-30, Leonie Fibic just hit 2 free throw shots. You just mentioned the Fever and the Dream, our Dream Fever, not our Fever Dream
Mhm.
series, as I like to say. So first of all, based on last week's episode, I owe the Fever an apology. Okay, I did
Yeah.
not think they were going to get a game in this first round. In all fairness to me, they are banged up, and I owe the Fever an apology, and I owe the Fever fans an apology, except for that one guy that pissed off Alicia Gray and got kicked out of the game. Screw that guy. But
For that guy,
everyone,
for sure.
but everyone else, I owe an apology to. But I will give myself just a tiny little bit of credit here, if I may, Freddie. And that is that I said that this series speaks volumes to what they can do next year when healthy.
Mhm.
And I still believe that, right? Like, regardless of what happens this series, if they make it into the second round, what a massive disappointment that would be for the Dream. But also, like, I still see this season as building blocks, sorry, for next year and for what will easily be an eventual championship run, I think.
Yeah, I totally agree. And as far as like just camaraderie and like continuity and all that kind of stuff, like, it was awesome to see Caitlin on the bench going absolutely wild. And um it's been cool this year to see just how good Mitchell is. Because I remember during
Yeah.
Clark's rookie year, there was some talk about like, is like, how much does she need Clark to thrive? And clearly she's better with Clark, but man, is she a scoring machine. Like 27 points. Didn't have a crazy shooting percentage, but just 27 points and 4 assists is like it was just a
Huge.
major driving force. And like, just looking at the box score here, no one else scored more than 10 points. So the other high scorer was, Odyssey Sims got 10 points. So
That is
really,
wild.
it was like a one-person wrecking crew from a scoring perspective. So shout out to her big time. I mean, Aaliyah Boston 8 points, 12 rebounds, 5 assists. Like that's a nice, well-rounded game, but it's still only 8 points.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, you want to see a Lee Boston get that double in that scenario for sure, but still a great game from them. Also, too, really poor game for the Dream, right? Like this is another game where they just could not hit the ball. It was a total blowout, and it shouldn't be considering how good the Dream are. But sometimes you just have those nights where the ball just doesn't go in. I mean, I personally think they're going to turn this around in game 3. I would be shocked if the Dream don't take this series. I think it would be a genuine shock.
What are the chances, in your opinion, of this entire first playoff round just being a full-on home victory? Like no one gets a road win and they all go to 3 games. Like I feel like the Lynx is the major candidate to.
Well, you mean not in the whole thing, because the Liberty got a road win.
Oh, I'm sorry, but yeah, never mind. That's already busted up. Right, yeah, because I still have the Liberty in my mind as like a.
You think of them as a top tier team because they are.
Yeah. But well, that point's completely moot. But
hey, this is why we're live, baby.
We're going live, baby, and I mean we won't be able to react to it at all. But I still, even though the Lynx absolutely like crushed, this is my call. I thought they were gonna crush the Valkyrie, and I think that the Valkyrie are gonna win by like 1 point at home, powered by the coach of the year.
Yeah, well, first of all, shout out to Natalie Akase for winning Coach of the Year. Truly a tremendous feat for them. Very well deserved. And I said it last week, I'm so grateful for this whole organization setting the bar for all these other new expansion teams coming into the league. With that being said, Freddie, I still disagree. I do not think the Valkyrie are going to win.
Your take is the correct one, but I am riding high.
But I like your take about the Valkyrie having that, being at home, having that home court behind them. They're great at home and they have a great home court advantage. With that being said, I don't think it'll be enough, but maybe it gets them a bit closer. Like it's a more respectable game in which to end the season on. Actually, I have a bit of a Raptors analogy for you if you care to entertain it.
I'll entertain it, of course.
So one of the many series that we lost against the LeBron Cavaliers, I think it's one of the greatest fan moments in Raptors history, where after we lost the series, the audience stayed and they kept cheering, "Let's go Raptors."
By the way, I was there.
Of course you were. I was absolutely not there because I spent the 2010s very poor. Regardless, I feel like the Valkyries will have a similar type of moment. You know what I mean? Like they're not going to win this series. They're not going to move on. I doubt, I would love to be wrong. It'd be very exciting for me to be wrong about this, but I have a feeling that it'll be one of those games where like the audience stays and cheers for a phenomenal season. What a great fan base. What a great team. And, they'll be able to hold their heads up high for a season well played, I think, is how it's going to happen.
This is 1,000% the measured take. This is the measured take. By the way, 41-30 for the Mercury right now. So I mean,
18 to 5 points in the second quarter so far. Woo!
Yeah. When and the Liberty are 1 for 8 in the quarter, so that ain't good. But it's officially time. I think I've waited 15 minutes of the stream to say this. Dom Malong. Dom Malonga, baby. The future of the league.
Dom, is that what you're calling her? Dom Malong?
Dom Malong, baby. It's like somehow related to
Are you
Tom
not gonna
DeLonge.
just go? Are you not gonna call? I thought you're gonna call her like the Don Juan, like Godfather.
No, I'm doing a weird rhyme to Tom DeLonge from Blink-182, famously.
I don't know this. I don't know this.
You don't know Tom DeLonge?
I mean, I know Blink-182, but this isn't my genre.
He's the
I
guy
wasn't like a 2000s emo kid.
I wasn't either. I just knew that he was the guy with the lip ring who was obsessed with UFOs. And
okay, he was obsessed with you.
He was, and way before it was cool. And I think he was slightly. I think he's been validated.
Before it was cool. When was it cool?
It's still not. But I mean, like. I mean, just as far as like popularity, like it's in vogue.
Okay.
Like a lot more people are like, oh yeah, I believe in UFOs, but the world's so fucked that I don't care. But anyways, Dom Malong, Dom's. I mean, the Skylar to Dom full court pass for the and one. Like I know it's sort of like Skylar called game, but they won by 3 points, and that and one won the game. And and Dominic Malonga was in the game for that. Like that is, you think about rookie seasons, and she's drafted like second overall, right? So if you take like if you take Paige, Caitlin, Rickea Jackson, like none of those players had a playoff moment like that. And she's 19 years old.
With the and one, you mean?
The first playoff game she played, she won the game. That's crazy.
The second playoff game she ever played.
That's right. This is fuck it. We're going live, baby. But the second playoff game, but like,
this is okay. You know what? Like, I love this point.
Though,
yeah, absolutely. I love this point. I completely agree with you. I also, a little while back, we were talking about how they were like, easing her into the season, limiting her minutes, and I was all like, why would you limit her minutes? Like, play her more. I still don't really understand that logic. They're like, oh, like she's only 19, and I'm like, yeah, that's why you give her the minutes. Because she's only 19. How else is she going to learn if she's not on the court? Plus, she's only 19. She can handle it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like this is the way. And I was thrilled that she played really critical minutes of a playoff game, came through. Like, this is what we wanted to see. If she had the minutes at the beginning of the year, maybe there could have been a rookie of the year conversation. It felt like mid-June on, there wasn't really even a conversation. Congratulations to Paige, by the way. We love Paige, and that was very exciting. Did you see your little Jennifer Hudson show dance, and then Kathy Engelbert?
Like, I'm sorry, like that was downright beautiful. The double take to Engelbert, and then the way the whole room went sort of quiet, and Engelbert kind of like jumped in. Like everyone played their part quite well. Like, yeah. And I'm choosing to believe that was not rehearsed, because Paige's reaction seemed so genuine, but from Kathy's perspective, it seemed rehearsed, because she did the double take on Kathy.
Oh, what Kathy said absolutely was rehearsed. Yeah.
No, I know, but I mean, like that moment, like the whole moment felt rehearsed. The whole moment was
including Paige?
No, that's what I'm saying. Okay, so let me just backtrack here. The whole moment was so sort of like movie-esque, like improv everywhere type shit, that it felt rehearsed. But Paige's very genuine reaction made me believe that like that was real. Paige did not know that was going to happen.
Well, they probably did rehearse it without Paige. Don't you think?
Yes, but the fact that she was there means that it wasn't fully rehearsed because there was a variable. She was a variable.
Right, of course.
You know what I'm saying? So it was a genuine moment is my point. Like, and I think like it wasn't like someone's like, "Oh, you're gonna something crazy is gonna happen when you walk down this like Jennifer Hudson line."
No,
Like, you know what I mean? I think
that would ruin it.
think she was dancing and having fun, and then was like, because the way she double takes, she immediately was like, "That's Kathy Engelbert. What's going on?" Um,
My
it was
my
nice.
caption was Adam Silver could never. You know what I mean? Adam
I know.
Silver would
Great
absolutely
caption.
never do that. Thank you. He could never. He could never because this league is cool. Cooler, dare I say. This game is almost it's like a 19-point lead right now.
Yeah, 15-point run for the for the Mercury, and almost just a wild alley oop from Thomas to Bonner. By the way, that connection is like, I will
Beautiful.
be very sad when that connection like is no longer a thing in the W. And it really, I mean, no disrespect to Fever fans, but I'm kind of glad that Bonner left, because those two I feel like are meant to play together.
We need them on the court together.
We need them on the court together. It was sort of like,
It was weird to see them apart.
yeah, like with Quigley and
Do you think Alyssa?
Vandersloot, like they needed to be together until one was like out of the league, you know?
Yeah. Do you think Dewana Bonner and Alyssa Thomas just have like a Jonquel Jones like voodoo doll, and they're just like trying to put pins in the voodoo doll because they keep losing to this team, and now they're like, "This is our chance. This is our chance."
They must, yeah, the John Quell part of it.
I don't know how voodoo dolls work.
I think it's like you're messing with someone, you're poking a doll. We're all over the place here, but I'm enjoying it very much, and I am gonna say that Cathryn, we didn't discuss this at all, and we don't have to go into it too thoroughly, but man, oh man, is this Connecticut Sun. Just because I'm thinking about it's so juicy. The government's involved. They're basically like the governor is sort of like, or the attorney or whatever. It's like WNBA. Show me the receipts. I want all the info. I want the league rules. I want the admin. It's like, like basically it's like 1,000 Karens have been unleashed on the W. Like it's absolutely out of control, and I kind of love it because we have some Connecticut Sun fans who listen to this pod, and like
absolutely
we've been getting the scoop from them. And I, as much as I understand like whatever teams get sold, I always really feel sorry for, like, I always want there to be more teams. I don't want the places that have
well,
to lose their team.
We should recap this slightly for our listeners so they know exactly what's going on. So the Connecticut Sun are selling their team. They sold it to a group in Boston for what I think was $350 million.
Yeah,
but then
the same group that owns the Celtics.
Yeah, but then the league vetoed the sale because they weren't in essentially a pre-approved group that the league had that they were selling expansion teams to. So they feel like they have other cities in which they owe a team to, so they vetoed the sale. And now the Connecticut Sun have come back with this, and it looks like this is going to be in litigation for quite some time, which is going to be rough for the league because they already have a CBA negotiation coming up, which we know will be pretty intense already. I do think, not that we have all the legal details with us at the moment, and we need a Pablo finds out for us perhaps to get the real tea on that. But I feel like they should be able to sell that team to whoever they want. Expansion list or not, they should be able to sell that team to whoever they want, because all the people, the cities, the groups of owners that wanted an expansion team that didn't get one could have just as easily reached out to the Sun, right? Like, it was public news that it was for sale, right? Like, I don't think it was a secret that it was for sale. Why weren't they also in those conversations? Like, I think they should have autonomy over who they sell their team to. generally, unless there's more details that I'm unaware of. But based on what I do know, I feel like they should be able to sell their own team.
I mostly see your point. The only thing that I will say is that I think in this current time of growth, I understand the W really trying to make sure they kind of have their ducks in a row, and the owners, like the collective owners of the W, I think it's important for them to all be in the same page, and you don't really want anyone coming in the league that is doing it in like a cavalier fashion. So the fact that like okay, I guess what I'm saying is like I hear you saying that like they should be able to do what they want to do, like that I totally agree with. What I find kind of weird is that Boston never applied in the first place and then sort of came in the back door here.
So
That to
you think
me,
maybe they were planning that all along?
maybe, and the fact that they were sort of like didn't feel like they need to go through the same kind of like red tape that these other ownership groups went through, that to me is iffy. And I think if I'm part of the league office, I'm a little bit like, no, 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 no. You don't skip the line.
Yeah, that's fair. So it's like, again, like if we find out more information that we don't currently have, then my opinion may change. Like what you're saying. That's a great point. Right? Like maybe Boston was just holding back and they kind of came in, like you said, through the back door, so to
By the
speak.
way, totally projecting. Like I
Yeah,
also
we're just theorizing here. We don't know that for a
we're
fact.
going live, baby. Like
But but again, like, even from a league perspective, it's like, why wouldn't you want Boston to be a part of the league? Why wouldn't you want the Celtics ownership to have a WNBA team? It's not like they're selling them to some sketchy people that we don't know of in the basketball world. And it's close enough to Connecticut that you keep that fan base and you bring in more. Like, from an outside perspective, it seems strategically advantageous for the league to keep that team in the Eastern Conference, to keep them there, or maybe not in the Eastern Conference because they brought in a lot of Eastern Conference teams. So maybe scratch that small point. But it's advantageous to keep the Connecticut Sun fans. In addition, you bring in the Boston fans. I just feel like that's a smart move, again, from an outside perspective, but we'll see. This is very nice off-season tea for us, Freddie, because if you're new to this podcast, we keep this all year round. We keep this all year. We take a little bit of time off during the holidays, thank God. But we keep going.
and we take the time off too, thank God. We're both really big on that. Um I was
Take the
hoping
time off too. What?
no, I butchered the joke. I said we both take the time off to thank God. That's what we're doing.
Oh,
Thanking God. I know. I was hoping for a Catherine spit take, to be
you
honest
know
with you.
what? You know what? I really need a day off to thank God. I'm just too busy to really
Yeah.
to think about God in any other circumstance.
But are you so let me ask you this. What series has surprised you the most so far?
Great question. I want to say Aces Storm because the game one upset was, or not upset, but the game one blowout was surprising. I thought Seattle was going to be significantly more competitive in that game one. And then I think for them to come back in game two the way that they did, for them to have been at both of those extremes, I think was truly surprising from a Seattle Storm perspective. Like, right? Like they looked completely shell shocked against the Aces, and they're too good and too veteran of a team to have been so shell shocked in game one of a playoff series. So, but they know that also. And they came back and they actually took game two, which was an awesome game to watch. Both games really surprised me because I thought we were going to get two really competitive games, possibly three, with the Aces taking the series. And I just didn't see it happening the way that it did.
Yeah, great points. I think that the blowout was that to me was like, okay, this is like, we had talked about Seattle struggling and kind of like not figuring it out. And I think what threw me the most is the spirited comeback. And you know, we talked about this being the series that would most likely have a fight, right? So like it was
Yeah.
very, very like tough teams, but at the same time, it just seemed like there were like the Aces had too much momentum, like 17 wins, right? They almost tied the Sparks WNBA record, which was 18 wins.
Can
So
I yeah, sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you
yeah,
off.
but just the I think like with the lead that big that late, I did not anticipate a world in which Seattle could actually pull this off.
Right. Can I throw this just for fun? I want to throw this by you.
Sure.
What if Seattle wins again? Right? Like just
Well,
think about it.
I think they can.
Well, because it's like, yeah, and I'm not predicting that they will, but just think about it. Like, what if they win again? What an insane season that would be for the Aces. Like, it would just be one of the craziest seasons I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
Like I can't, I almost can't even fathom it. But it would be such a crazy upset. It would be one of the biggest upsets I've ever seen if Seattle actually wins. But I think the Aces are going to win Game 3. But I think Seattle, they're going to keep it close, or at least closer. It's going to be like a good game. That's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, I see the Aces taking care of business.
Yeah. It's like the reason why I asked, because it's so funny to me how crazy of a notion it would be for them to win the series, and they only need to win one more game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
the 3-game series is absolutely wild.
It's wild. I really hope that this is the last year we have it, because as much as I love the kind of like the volatility, I want more of a kind of a like narrative. I want more of an arc. I want 3 out of 5, like at the very least. By the way, Jackie Young, monster game, 25 points.
Yes,
just gigantic game from her.
Freddie, do we want to do our badass player of the week, or do we got more stuff here? This is live, baby. This is live.
I do. I for me it's Malonga, and I think that like it's you know, maybe I can like sort of poke around statistically and see. I'll pick someone else, but I think that
No, you can pick Malonga. I love this.
Yeah. So that's my okay. How about this? That's my homer pick, and then I'm gonna find someone who I'm like, okay, you statistically are the person I think deserves the love the most.
I'm bad with the stats. I always need an extra minute to find my stats, but I feel like Jackie Young's a really good one to go with.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just sorry. I almost had the wheel of death here. Okay, this is saying the last 10 games. How do I get the last, or just last 2 games? Freddie, you taught me how to look up advanced stats. Oh my god.
I did it.
Last 2 games, she's averaging 16 points, 66.7% field goal percentage. That is, come on, that is fire. 53% from the 3, 9.5 assists. Oh, so close to a double there. A steal, a block, 4 rebounds. I mean, she's really killing it right now. And I feel like I haven't given Jackie Young enough love this season. So I feel really good going with her.
Yeah.
Thank you for mentioning her.
My badass player, I think I'll give it to Kelsey Mitchell. And
great pick.
Special love to Natasha Cloud too. Though those are like the big scorers who I think might not be the most like the biggest like marquee names, but deserve a lot of love.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. I forgot to review your fun question, but this is fun. I get to do it live.
By the way, we're still in halftime here, and we got a really big really big Mercury lead. So we'll see what
Yeah.
Liberty can do. But I think there's a chance that for every series um that isn't Lynx Valkyrie, I think we're gonna go to 3 games.
So exciting.
Even though I really hope / think that the Valkyrie Lynx. And by the way, until we get that tempo team, I am still rooting for the Lynx. So
I mean, I think the Lynx are going to win the whole thing.
they're the team. Like they should.
Like Asia could get MVP. I absolutely think she's going to end up. Even though I've been predicting Nafisa Collier since February of this year, I think Asia Wilson's going to take MVP. But Nafisa Collier could end up with Finals MVP. You know, would not surprise me in the slightest. But it would make me happy. Okay, Freddie, fun question. Let's go. I want like a Wheel of Fortune, like Freddie's fun question.
We're gonna have to talk to.
We gotta talk to Jason.
We need Jason and get that like a Freddie's fun question.
We need some sound effects.
I think you just designed it for me.
Oh, fun.
So we love Orion Rucco, right? And,
yes.
He's got his is good. And I mean, oh man, he's got a couple other famous calls. You bet, right? But there's a couple other ones too. I think he's got like 3 or 4 like really big Ryan Rucco isms, and
she
yes. So I was thinking what it would be fun for us to like we get to design a Ruccoism. So what something that he's gonna say all the time, or what's your approach to designing a Ryan Rucco call?
Well, it's gotta roll off the tongue.
It does.
It's gotta be in his voice. So I'm not really overthinking it. I'm just really thinking about what are things I could see him saying on like a regular basis. I feel like he's got his little chimes for big plays, but he needs something for like a good pass. I think sometimes he's like, oh, what a pass, but it needs to be like, I don't know. I feel like he needs something for really good swift passes. And it could I don't know. I'm thinking like it could be just him going, what a pass. Or it could be like, well, this isn't a Ryan Ruccoism, but in my mind, it's like, ooh, baby, what a pass. I can't see him saying that at all. I can't see him saying that's like if I'm on the broadcast, then I'd be like, oh, baby, what a pass. But it's something that because I feel like especially in the W we get some amazing passes, some amazing assists, like all kinds of stuff, so we got to celebrate the pass.
Yep, I love it. We had very similar ideas here. So by the way, we got the big ones. You bet is good, but the other one was connects or connects. I don't have the right intonation.
I like the second one.
Connects. That's more. So
that feels more like how he would say it.
Yeah,
we need to get him on this pod.
Oh, yeah. That's the dream. That's the
we need to get Ryan Rucco on the pod.
Him, Engelbert. Okay, so I was thinking along the same lines of like a lot of his calls are for like shot makes, right? So I wanted something that would like for me is like defensive. So, if it's a steal, it could be like pocket picked. But I think that no one really does the call for a steal.
Or you could say like somebody's name with the pickpocket.
Yes, but all of his things are so
stole their wallet. Stole their wallet.
You got your wallet stolen, right?
I don't know where the British accent came from, but I like stole your wallet. Stole your wallet.
You got your wallet snatched.
Yeah. Like, could you imagine? He's like, and Stewie's wallet is gone.
Stewie's wallet.
Alyssa Thomas snatched that wallet.
Harry Potter gets the snitch.
What
AKA
is up with
Stewie's
what
wallet.
is up with this British accent? You're lacking sleep. No, I do like it. Should I be saying it in a British? I don't know.
You should not. No, I did a podcast last night as well.
Still, no, I can't. I do a decent British accent, but stole your wallet or stole their wallet doesn't seem to roll off the tongue for me.
No, not at all. It's bad. But my real one is for a block, and it's she says.
Well,
no.
how is that not the real one?
The steal is sort of like because I
Oh,
think
okay, fine.
they're all really short, right? So I feel like she says no is his like block. It's like she says no,
Oh, I like that.
right?
Yeah, I think that could be fierce.
And then it could be used for anyone. So it's like Jonquil Jones. She said no. She says no.
Yeah,
He'd make it better.
yeah. You're trying to do the Jack Armstrong. Get that garbage out of here. What is his get that garbage out of here?
Yeah, exactly. And by the way, if you don't know who Jack Armstrong is, he's a color commentator for the Raptors, and he's an absolute fun maniac. Like we all love him.
Yeah,
And
he's very
a really high pitched voice. He's one of those people who like sometimes he comes across like he's 80, but he's like he's like 60, but like feels 85. And his voice will go really high, and it'll be like, "Get that garbage out of here!" And it's really weird and amazing. Hey, Zelda.
My dog's here. Say hi, Zelda. She's got a piece of cardboard in her mouth that she found, and she has it in her mouth like a little cigar.
Zelda, we love you.
We love you. We loves you. Well, listen, we should wrap it up there. We're back. They're back with the second half here. We're gonna enjoy watching this. Freddie, I really enjoyed doing the show live. I mean, maybe during the playoffs, so we don't miss any of the action, because this is our regular recording time. That's kind of why we chose to do this. Also too, because we're live, we have a fantasy winner, don't we? Did we announce them last week? And I need to send them their prize.
Yeah, and they're all the way in Australia. So
no.
if you're listening, we're gonna work out the shipping. Okay, it's gonna happen. We don't know how long it's gonna take, but we are.
Yeah. This basketball's going across the world. Okay,
yeah,
we're in Canada.
We will absolutely follow through.
Absolutely, we will.
And get you your WNBA.
Hopefully you get it in time for Christmas. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you everyone so much for listening, for tuning in, for joining us live. We appreciate you so much. Please remember to like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Leave a positive review, leave a comment. Let us know if you agree, disagree, all that good stuff. And happy playoffs, everybody.
Happy playoffs, everyone. Peace out. And thank you.
Bye.
Bye.